All right, what's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kevin, and this is Smell Goods. Appreciate you coming through. Appreciate you hanging out with me for just a little bit. This is another one of my weekly rotation videos. I made a commitment, especially starting this year, as I've been growing this channel, giving you this content. I wanted to make sure that something I do on a regular basis is just provide my weekly rotation. So this is the 5th week. This is for the week starting Sunday, January 26th. What I wore during the week and kind of the story, the background, my thoughts, all of those fun things beyond it. All right. So Sunday was actually a day that I had to go minister. I had to, those of you who don't know, I'm in ministry. My wife and I, we had a church for a number of years. We have slightly moved into something different, still in the church field, church area, helping a lot of different churches around our community, but also across the nation. And so this was a particular Sunday that I was invited to preach and minister at a church friend who I've been connecting with, their church. And so I wanted to wear something that was going to definitely have some staying power, but it also gave me an opportunity to test something out. And that was from the house of Yom and Lael, which Yom and Lael is doing some amazing things. This was Neelam. So this is Neelam. I'll just show you that. It's the travel spray that I got out of the Discovery set. This is their take on Blue Sapphire by Bodacia the Victorious. Yes, Bodacia, y'all know, the Victorious. So definitely wanted to see how this would last with me preaching, moving around, teaching, all the things that I do when I'm in that space and in that vein. And so needless to say, this performed well. Great scent. You've got the citruses that are up there up top, but then it dries down. Nice vanilla, I want to say woody kind of a fragrance at the end. It does shift as it's going through its thing, but definitely something that worked well. Again, this was Neelam from the group of Yom and Lael. And it's their take on Bodacia the Victorious. I mean, it lasted through me preaching, teaching. It lasted through me, was going out to eat afterwards, grabbing a bite to eat. It lasted through even that evening when just my wife and I were hanging out, recapping our day, all that fun stuff. Definitely lasted and lasted and lasted. All right. So that was Sunday. Then on Monday was a work day. Monday was a little cooler here. So I live in Phoenix, and so it's beginning of February as of me filming this. And I'm expecting us to start getting hot, getting warmer, probably in the next couple of weeks. In fact, I think today is probably up in the 70s. So, but it was a cooler day. Monday, I had to go into the office, and so I wanted to wear something that was just going to be, still, nice, not overpowering, not so much of a room filler vibe, but also just something that, I hadn't put on in a while. It was a cooler day. Wanted to definitely check it out again. And that was from the house of Lattafa, Assad Bourbon. Assad Bourbon. This is not a take on anything that I'm aware of. I just termed this as a sweet designer fragrance. So it fits to me in that designer fragrance as far as the feel of it and everything, and in that sweet space. So kind of put it into like Most Wanted. I think when I did a review of it, it kind of reminds me of Ralph's Club. No, Invictus Victory Elixir is kind of where it's in that space of, again, not a clone of anything, but definitely something that is in that space, in that vein, if you want to put it kind of where it might make sense for you to kind of at least get an idea of what it might smell like. Definitely a great fragrance. Number 2, as far as of the Assad line, this, I don't think anything will replace the original OG Assad Black Bottle, but this one does a great job of doing what it's supposed to do. So that was on Monday. Tuesday was another office day, and so it gave me an opportunity to really give a full wearing to something that I had recently got and did a review on, so I'll link that up there or up here, wherever it is, somewhere around here. But it is Vintage Radio by the house of Lattafa. This is their take on Initio's Paragon, and a pretty spot on take. I do have a decant of Paragon that I compared it against in that review. I gave it 95% as far as being close to Paragon. Yeah, you get just an amazing scent that to me does work as, it may not fully work as a daily wear, granted, but it does work in some different scenarios. For me, with my office and how things go on in my office and how I am, it was perfect for that day. I'm not all close, so I'm not, in cubicles where everybody's stacked on top of each other. And so nice, let it breathe, let it air out. I think I did get a compliment that day as well. But that is Vintage Radio from Lattafa. All right. Then something I wanted to kind of break back out on Wednesday. Nothing major going on, still a work day. But I wanted to break it back out, kind of see if maybe a maceration had helped as far as its longevity. The scent is amazing. Let's just say that the scent of this is really great. Does a great job of doing what it's doing its take on. I was underwhelmed, if you will, by the longevity of it. But we're talking about from French Avenue. We have Spectre Ghost, which is their take on Nishane's Ani. So you have this lemon vanilla kind of bomb that it's a great scent. Don't get me wrong. I just scent alone. And again, I'm kind of getting away from everything has to be long lasting, right? I'm in the space right now where it's like, you know what, if I have to refresh, cool. If it gives me opportunity to wear something else during the day, cool. I'm not stressing over, everything's got to last 10, 12, 15, 24 hours, right? This lasted pretty well. Again, not great, not long time, but it does work and does smell great. So we'll probably be pulling this back into our rotation again as my thoughts on performance start to shift. I'm getting to the point where it's like, you know what, if it lasts, if it's beast mode, all that, great, I'll let you know that. But I'm not going to hold off on something just because it's a 4 or 5 hour wear. I'll just reapply. All right. But that was, again, Ghost Spectre by French Avenue, which is also a Fragrance World brand. All right. Next up is one that I'm having difficulty placing it as far as where it fits on my list of Manceras. I am talking about Black Gold by Mancera. This is, so Citron Bois is like my number one for Mancera, but this is a close number two. But then there's also, Gold Prestigium that I have. So, but just a nice lavender, leathery scent that works in a variety of situations, works definitely as an office fragrance for me. Not your typical office fragrance, because typically when I think of office fragrance, I'm thinking of either a blue fragrance or a not heavily spicy, but kind of a fresh, spicy type of a scent. This doesn't necessarily fit into those categories, but it does to me just work as a nice scent that just creates this nice aura, this nice bubble around you. And so on, what day was that? Thursday. This was the day, this was what I wore that day. Black Gold, just an all-around great fragrance. If you're looking to jump into niche fragrances, I'm going to tell you Mancera is probably a great place to start. There's a lot of things, other places and other things that I'm getting my nose on and that I'm starting to really appreciate. But just from a jumping off point, if you're, breaking out of, let's say, the clones or the designers or the budget, and you want to kind of put your nose on something else, Mancera is a great place to start. And Black Gold is definitely one that, for me, it just is a good one. All right. That was on Thursday. Friday was another opportunity to kind of check out something that I had gotten, kind of just put it to the side, but not out of any reason other than I just had a lot of things I think that came in and I got kind of distracted from it. But I did want to kind of bring it back out, give it a full wearing, kind of check it out a little more, see what it's about. I am talking about from, what is this house? Al-Watania. This is Cayenne Classic Fingerprint Magnet. Let's see if I can dust that off just a little for you. But this, there you go. See if that does a little better. This is their take on Dior Homme Intense, that classic fragrance that's there from the house of Dior. Does very well. Good projection on this. It's interesting when I look at the notes, and again, I take the notes as kind of a guide. But when I look at the notes, I don't see a note of iris in it, but there is this lean of iris that comes through in this. To me, this is a good scent. Can work as a daily scent. It is to me, it's a classic man scent, if you will. Definitely works very well. But this was on Friday, what I wore. Great fragrance. This will probably be added back into the rotation a little more as well. Again, especially since there may be some days I wear 2 and 3 different fragrances just to spread them out. All right. And then the last day on Saturday, I got something in the mail. And so I want to give it a full wearing, give it a full test, a full trial. This is from the House of Paris Corner. This is Rificat Adorn. So this is different than the Rificat that is doing its take on Baby Cat. This one is Adorn, and it's doing its take on Tuxedo, also by YSL or Yves Saint Laurent. Been a while since I've put nose on actual Tuxedo, but it does have a familiar lean to it. Can't tell you as far as one-to-one, whatever, what have you. I'll probably do a full review on it, but definitely great fragrance. Probably not really a great fragrance for me, just kind of being around, lounging around on a Saturday. This to me really finds its home more in date night, finds its home more in kind of an elevated situation or scenario as far as just my initial impression or my initial thought of it. But definitely it worked out well on a Saturday when we were just kind of running around doing the things that people do on the weekend. All right. So that was it for the week. Pretty good week, productive week for me. A lot of things going on at work that worked out really well. But let me know your thoughts. Let me know kind of what you would have had in your collection, or what you did have in your collection, what you did have in your rotation. And then always do me the favor, do me the honor, if you will. First, the favor of making sure you're staying safe, staying sane, and staying smelling good. And then do me the honor of hitting that like, hitting that subscribe, requesting notifications, and sharing. I don't know what's going on with my hands today, but that's it. Listen, appreciate you. Y'all have a great one. See you next time. Have a great one. Be blessed. Peace.